So status quo.
And welcome back to the Dynasty Rewind, everybody. I'm your host, Michael Bauer. I would like to apologize for my soon-to-be former co-host, Porkman, for talking during my intro. But before we get there, I'd like to talk to you guys about a new challenge that I've been looking forward to, and that's why I'm playing Dynasty Owner Fantasy Football this season. Dynasty Owner Fantasy Football unites the fun and excitement of fantasy football with the skill and strategy of the front office. Dynasty Owner is the only way to play fantasy football with real NFL salaries, adding the strategy of running an NFL franchise. Dynasty Owner provides a unique challenge for die-hard fantasy football fanatics. So go to dynastyowner.com/rewind. Leagues are forming right now. We've all been in a league where the winner just got lucky, pork man. If you're like me and know you're better than most, Dynasty Owner gives you the platform to prove it. Dynasty Owner favors skilled players who can manage their roster using real NFL salaries within the salary cap. It adds an entirely new level of strategy, so go to dynastyowner.com/rewind and validate your fantasy football skills today. Dynasty Owner, start your dynasty today. So welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us, watching, listening, whatever you're doing. I'm surprised Sean's not in the comments yet. I'm the host, Michael Bauer, and joining me, like always, is Chev and Dooney. What's good, Chev?
What's going on? I love the new image we got popping up on this YouTube channel. Looks sick, man. Good job, Mike.
Got to thank our friend over at Dan Made Graphics. You can find him at Dan Made Graphics on Twitter. He does a lot of stuff for True North Fantasy Football, so kudos to you. Fantastic job. Thank you, Dan. Joining me again, Nate Christian. What's up, Nate?
Hey, what's up? I got my milk and cookies, so I'm ready.
That is perfect. Santa Claus is coming to town, and also Porkman's here.
What? This terrible intro. Are you serious right now?
Yeah, you were giving me grief before the show even started, so that's what you
Bro,
get.
you disrespect me every episode, but I love you, so I'm able to deal with it.
I do it with love.
Exactly.
That's why I do it.
And guys, if I look sleepy, I am sleepy. My eyes are actually closed, but I can see you in full.
That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So for the first time on the Dynasty Rewind, we have Alexa, and your last name is Della Rocco, correct?
You got that right, and I'm stoked because we are 6 days away from real NFL football.
Yes, finally. What we've all been waiting for. Has there ever been a season where we would think that we'd say, I miss preseason?
Nah, I didn't think so.
No.
I love preseason every year.
Me too.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot.
Other than week 4. Week 4 is garbage.
Week 4 is usually.
Week 4 is the
pretty
best
crappy.
week.
How's week 4 the best week?
One of my favorite football memories ever was watching Tyrod Taylor lead the Ravens down the field in like the last minutes of a week 4 Ravens preseason game. Also, the Ravens have been undefeated for the last 4 years in preseason, so it's fun.
Oh, well, hey, preseason champs.
And they've been defeated in the playoffs.
Heyo.
Shots fired. So some NFL news. Leonard Fournette got released earlier this week. Then he latched on with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And today, Adrian Peterson got released by the, I almost said Redskins, the Washington football team, which, dude, you could have came up with a name. Come on, Dan Snyder. So he got released by Washington. So I guess wheels are up for Antonio Gibson. Alexa, did you have any questions that you wanted to ask Porkman by chance?
Yeah, Porkman, let me ask you something here. If you're sitting there, back of the 5th, the 6th round in a redraft league, just, one QB, would you take Antonio Gibson over guys like Devontae Parker, DJ Chark? I mean, I feel like he's going to go a lot higher than I'll be able to afford him, but I just want to get your gauge on where you think you'll take him in a redraft league, 12-team.
6th round is probably a little bit too high for me, especially if Chark is there. Definitely taking Chark. But, I mean, I'm not going to deny that he's going to have the playing time possible there. But I'll take him maybe 8th or 9th round, possibly, depending on what's there.
The question is Dougie Buckets going to get this right with Peyton Barber possibly leading the way? I mean, who would have thought,
Dude, you know what? We thought like he was just talking out of his ass, like, it's Peyton Barber season, but he might be
right.
Yeah. I mean, so who we buying in that backfield right now? I guess Antonio Gibson, right? Long-term play, maybe.
I guess it would have to be Antonio Gibson. I mean, I did approve that we get him in our Dynasty Owner League, so I have to like him in some sort of way.
Yeah. What about Bryce Love?
If you can get Bryce Love in the 15th, 16th round of a redraft league, I mean, there's really no downside in throwing a shot at it, because if he sucks through 2-3 games, just cut him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
much.
true.
It's been a roller coaster for that guy, though. I mean, he goes from being the guy there to then possibly being the guy cut. Like, how's it? I mean, is that just talk of the wind or what's going on? You know?
Who knows?
I want to point out that J.D. McKissick, as crazy as it sounds, might actually be fantasy relevant this year. I don't know if you saw the videos, but Dwayne Haskins, Antonio Gibson, and J.D. McKissick were running the triple option in practice.
Oh. Ooh.
And when AP got cut, he said that Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissick were the ones that were looking really good in training camp. So I'm just saying, J.D. McKissick might be worth a flyer at the very end of your draft.
That feels weird.
Yeah, not for me.
Also want to give our good friend J Mike a shout out from over at the Open Bar.
Yo.
Good evening, y'all. And Derek sending some love to us. Right back at you, Derek. So the topic for today, we're going to be talking about some last-second players that we could play for. So if you need to get over the hump, and you're a guy or two away, maybe, there were some good guys that you were looking forward to. That's why Alexa's here. Alexa loves trade. It's Alexa Trade Talk is her Twitter handle. So I don't think we got any trades sent to the Dynasty Rewind account. I'm actually looking at it right now.
We did.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
Well, no one DM'd them to us. So.
No, I got it pulled up here on Twitter.
All right, good, because I don't see it.
Good job, host.
Yeah, Mitch on Twitter replied to your story there, and he said Antonio Gibson in a first or Keenan Allen in Dynasty.
Keenan Allen.
Yeah,
I'm probably rolling Keenan.
I mean, if you're in full rebuild, getting a first and a good young player, I don't mind the other side, but I mean, if you're going for a ship.
Yeah, if you're rebuilding, I'll take the first and Gibson, but even if you're a mid-tier team, I'm probably going to still stick it out with Allen, to be honest with you. People are really sleeping on him this year.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, it seems like maybe like a regular redraft, one QB. I got him like in the 6th round, and I was like, why is he still available? He's still talented. I think just the people are scared about Tyrod or Herbert, whichever one, but the man gets open. He's going to catch the ball. We don't have to worry about overcooked noodle arm. Just keep throwing the ball to the RBs.
He's referring to Phillip Rivers, everyone.
Yeah, yes, I mean, I always hated his throwing motion. I wonder how he's going to do this year. Do you think he does 2 years in Indy, or is he one and done?
Hey, man, they got the best offensive line in football. I mean,
it's true.
I could see him playing 2 years, unfortunately. I mean, I'd love to see them be not great and get a guy like, Justin Fields in there, but with that offensive line, I feel like anybody could be good. So
this is true.
I could see him playing 2 seasons.
Porkman and Chevin's father, Pops Nooney, checking in, saying hi to everybody. What's good, Pops? Thanks for checking in.
Yo, Pork.
What'd you say?
What
happened? No, what were you saying?
Leighton Gafford. That's your boy, the little guy.
Oh, that's him?
That's your boy.
My guy.
Yeah.
I love that guy, even though I had to smoke him in Madden one night.
Pork's out here being a 12-year-old by like 50 points.
Yeah, but doesn't Porkman usually lose to you, Chev?
I do.
You guys play?
No, yeah. I had to use that as fuel because Chev was pissing me off, so I took it out on the 12-year-old.
It was like 10 straight. The Pork got to go beat him on this little guy.
Yeah, so Chev beats you, and then you go pick on a little kid.
Yep. Sorry. He wanted to play. So I'm not going to. No. It's the real world. You got to learn.
Yeah, well, I hope you're happy with yourself.
In a recent startup draft that Chev and I are actually in together, Antonio Gibson went a whole round earlier than Keenan Allen.
Really?
Yeah, no. That's goofy, man.
Crazy.
So
Herbert went pretty high too. But it's
Superflex?
It is Superflex.
Can I just say that Keenan Allen's in that, Robert Woods, Jarvis Landry kind of,
boring.
Upside, boring, but still very, very productive, especially in a PPR league kind of tier.
I think Keenan Allen is probably the wide receiver 16 this year. I don't think he has wide receiver 1 upside with Tyrod Taylor or Justin Herbert. I think there's too many other good wide receivers with better quarterbacks and better offenses. I think the Chargers are going to like to run the ball a lot. So I think I understand the Keenan Allen, undervaluing, but at the same time, he is consistent. You have a floor of basically a wide receiver 2. So I get it. But if you're playing the upside, Antonio Gibson in the first sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, I'm with Shane on this one. I think Keenan does have a ton of upside there because who else is going to throw the ball to, especially now? Mike Williams is out.
It looks
Mike
like
Williams
he's going to play week
gets
1.
hurt. I don't trust that.
Also, in case you're wondering why Philip said Shane, Shane Manello from over at Dynasty Trades HQ.
That's not my name, Mike. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Phil. It's my wife always calls you Phil, and I always go, who? He's commenting that Keenan Allen does have upside. So, in case you're wondering why there's just a random name in there. So, and he also refers to him as Bobby Trees because that's cute. So, sorry. If for people that were listening, wanted to let them know what that was all about. So, shall we move on to the topic of the show?
Yeah.
Si, senor.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, Alexa, why don't we start with you? Who's a guy you think that we could trade for that's going to get your team over the hump?
Yeah, right now I'm looking at an old guy, and a lot of us play in super flex leagues. So right now, a guy that you can trade for, whether it be in a redraft league or if you're a contending team in a dynasty league, a guy that you can get kind of cheaper is going to be Drew Brees. He's got the number 2 offensive line going into 2020. He's got arguably the best tackle duo in the NFL with Armstead and Ramczyk. They just drafted a first-round pick center, Cesar Ruiz. He's got to replace Larry Warford. But last year, in the 10 games that he played, he was number 5 in passing yards per game in the NFL. And that was with a Kamara that was banged up, and then enter Emmanuel Sanders. And I just think in that division with the Carolina Panthers that have an absolute garbage defense, you got the Bucks that they're going to be in shootout games with the Bucks. We all know the Falcons, they're going to be in shootout games with the Falcons and a terrible defense. I mean, a guy that, especially in a dynasty format, that you can get cheap, or in a redraft league, in Superflex or even single QB, I think you can acquire Breeze for a pretty cheap price to the production that you're going to be receiving.
What are you giving to get Drew Brees right now?
If I'm playing for a ship, honestly, I play a lot of Dynasty, but if I'm in a Superflex league, I don't mind giving up a first-round pick that's 1.06 or later for him.
Okay. I mean, in the Superflex, you'd have to, kind of, to get a good starting quarterback anyway. So, obviously, one QB league, probably get him for a mid to high second. So, Shane brings up a great point. Anyone else worried about Kamara getting drugs all up in his spines? Multiple spines. But he did have a epidural, I guess, either today or a couple days ago. So, I don't know. That's a really good question. Are we worried about Alvin Kamara getting an epidural?
Not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor either. I did read a report that based upon players who've got this similar epidural, they missed an average of 3 practices and 0.6 games. So that made me not worried.
All right. Yeah, I wasn't really too worried about it anyway. If it happened in season, I'd probably be a little bit more concerned than if it happened right now. So, all right, love the Drew Brees one, Alexa, but let's move on. Chev, how about yourself? Who are you trading for to try to bring it home?
Yeah, so I'm going to go with a guy that I don't even know if we might have talked about him a little bit ever on this show, and that's going to be Chris Carson. I feel like he can get him criminally cheap right now. I mean, you can't.
I would agree.
I mean, I don't really hear anybody talking about him. He's barely been at training camp due to some deaths and that hip injury. So I think he's a guy that is going to be in an offense that's going to want to run the ball a lot, and he's always produced when healthy. And, I mean, he does have some fumbling issues, but, I mean, I think what they're going to do with that offense, I mean, they're going to be able to throw the football, and that's going to open up some holes for him in that run game too. So I'm really high on Chris Carson. I think that's a guy that you can go get and that he can probably push you over the ledge if you need that running back.
You're not worried about who they have there, Carlos Hyde?
Nah, man. We're good.
Yeah. What about
DJ Dallas? I know it's your guy, Mike.
I love me some DJ Dallas, thanks to Garrett, who I'm sure is avidly listening to this podcast. But what about Rashad Penny? He might start on the pup, right?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. So we're not worried about competition. I mean, you know, what's his face? Pete Carroll. He's always going to go with the hot hand. So, well, Jared Wackerly is joining us. He'll be here on Tuesday, by the way, so make sure you stop back for that. Garrett is somebody who ripped our still beating hearts out of our chest. So that's who Garrett is. But you can follow him on Twitter at Dynasty Price. Make sure you tell him that Dynasty Rewind sent you. So,
This is the promo.
What? I'm just saying. Give Garrett a follow.
GP promo. Like he sponsors us or something like that.
He should sponsor us. He has over 12,000 followers on Twitter. We're trying to get Nate there by the end of the NFL season, so only 10,000 more followers to go. We're gonna get there.
Go look at his highlight film from college. I mean, our high school is a beauty.
I lost my train of thought there. Look what you're killing me.
DJ Dallas.
That's right, DJ Dallas. Joan, thank you for keeping me on track. Love me some DJ Dallas. I don't know, Chris Carson. Where's he even going in redraft right now? I mean, he's probably got to be. They're not taking him.
I think 3rd, 4th round, I believe.
Yeah, I'm about to say 4th round probably.
And he could have some running back one upside. He's going to get the volume in Seattle. So I'm sorry. All right, Derek, thank you. We're going to get it. Shane
blocked me, apparently. Okay.
Sorry.
Not surprised.
But we're just going to leave this one up here for a little bit. I like that one. So, Nate, how about you? Who are you going to be trading for to try to bring it home?
Well, first of all, I want to bring up another trade that we actually got sent to us on Twitter. It was sent to my retweet of this show.
Okay.
So, my boy Felix Sharp, he said he has 2 trades, actually. So he accepted Miles Sanders in exchange for J.K. Dobbins. So he traded away J.K. Dobbins and got Miles Sanders.
Straight up?
Straight swap.
Okay. I will say it's pretty rare that you see like a straight up running back trade.
1 for 1, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty fair. I think Miles Sanders is better for this year. Dobbins might be better overall long term, but it's a pretty fair deal, I think.
Yeah, I do think that's pretty fair as well.
Either side. I'm good with either side.
Yeah, right. You're finding the way. I mean, Miles Sanders only in his 2nd year. J.K. Dobbins, rookie, but promising, super promising. So I don't hate that at all.
And then he sent another one, which this is going to test you guys. He sent Darrell Williams, and in return got Malcolm Perry. Do you guys know who Malcolm Perry is?
I was just about to look up who Malcolm Perry is.
So I believe he was a 7th round pick out of
Navy. That name sounds familiar.
He was a quarterback, offensive weapon from Navy.
Quarterback, and, he's fast as crap. No,
he's super athletic. He got drafted by the Dolphins, and he's out there playing wide receiver. And all training camp reports say that he is killing it and that he can do everything on the field.
It looks like he's going to be their slot receiver.
With all the opt-outs they've had, he could get touches right away. I mean, it's like him or Jakeem Grant, right?
Who did he trade away?
Darrell Williams.
Darrell Henderson.
The backup to CEH.
I think you said Darrell Williams or Darrell Henderson?
Williams.
I swear you said Henderson first. Okay.
You tired, bro. Go to bed.
I mean, I don't really know how to feel about this one because you got a guy here, the Miami guy, who could be something, but you really don't know. And Darrell Williams could realistically not see the field, right? I mean, if CEH, we all think he's going to kill it.
Yeah. He could be trading trash for trash. I mean, you could just be trading for your guy.
Trash for trash.
Yeah, you could really – like this could be a trade that nobody won. It's just kind of –
you never know.
Alexa, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd take the Darrell Williams side.
She took the Darrell Williams side.
All right, there we go. We're going to end it there. Thank you, everybody.
That's all you need to know.
Are you back?
Robot
Alexa.
Robot rocker.
All right. Well,
yeah.
If you want to know who my trade target is.
All right, Nate, we'll get to you, and then we'll let it. Alexa, are you back now?
Yeah, sorry about that. I have no idea what happened.
It's not your fault. All right, Nate, we're gonna get to you.
It might
in just
be
a
the
second.
Tito's.
We'll just let Alexa finish what she was gonna say real quick. Go ahead.
No, honestly, I'm a huge Clyde Edwards-Helaire truther. Anything I can do to lock up that Chiefs backfield, I just want as many pieces of Kansas City as humanly possible.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Nate, who is your trade target?
So my trade target, really good wide receiver who can win you a chip, Marvin Jones. I feel like we all know he's good, but it doesn't matter. He's always dropping in drafts. He's such an easy pickup for me in every single redraft league because he ends up being my flex. And like he's probably going to be a wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3 this year. As long as Matthew Stafford's healthy, like the upside is unlimited. And I did a thread earlier this week about touchdowns and which wide receivers were used the most often in goal-to-go situations, which are probably the most valuable touches, and opportunities when you're right at the end zone. Because touchdowns, a wide receiver like Mike Williams last year gets 1,000 yards but 2 touchdowns, ends up as a wide receiver 4. If he had 10 touchdowns, he could be a wide receiver 2, coming up on wide receiver 1. So touchdowns can change a range of a wide receiver or tight end by a lot. So looking at these opportunities, Marvin Jones is on the list of players with the most goal-to-go targets since 2017, the most goal-to-go touchdowns since 2017. So he's getting the targets, he's converting. And then he's also on the top 10 list for last year in both categories. So he's consistently getting those opportunities, and he's consistently making good on them. So what's not to say he's going to consistently do that this year and going forward? We have all the proof in the pudding. So draft him, get a couple of touchdowns. Matthew Stafford stays healthy. You're good.
Is he redraft only for you though? Like you said, or
I'll take him in Dynasty. Yeah, if I'm going to try to win.
How old is he? Do you guys know off the top of your head? I know that's kind of.
I want to say like 31.
I would say 31.
31? Yeah.
It's my guess.
He's 30, so pretty close. Yeah, so he's got, you figure, at least 4 or 5 years left in him.
He will be a free agent next year for Dynasty talk. I'm not sure where he'll end up being. I know that the Lions ended up extending Decker this week, their tackle, and I believe that next on their agenda is extending Kenny Galladay, which if they do that, Quintus Cephas will no longer be the only wide receiver on the roster so far.
I'm still getting Cephas everywhere I can.
But Marvin Jones may come back. He may end up somewhere else. I'm sure he'll be somewhere and taking snaps. So
okay, yeah. So even if he's not on the Lions, he's still going to be getting paid to play. That's what's important.
Yep.
Okay, great. Porkman, did we get to you yet?
No, you didn't get to me. I'm just kidding.
Go ahead, Porkman.
A trade target for me. I was just thinking about it off the top of my head. Right now, Gardner Minshew literally has no running game right now. So all they're going to be doing is freaking passing the ball all year.
They got Raquel Armstead
right now.
Temple, man.
Raquel Armstead is now on the COVID list now. So I don't know what is going on with him. So now there's Devin Ozigbo that half the people don't know who the hell he is. And
Nebraska.
You have oft injured. Oh yeah, I know who he is. I know just the random people. Who the hell is Ozigbo? It sounds like a stupid name anyway. But and they got Chris Thompson, who is the pass catcher and running back. So he's going to be throwing to Thompson all day. He's going to be throwing to Chark all day. And for Nate's boy, hopefully, yeah.
Why'd you say James Robinson, man?
Illinois State, let's go.
No,
James Robinson's good.
He's okay.
As good as anybody else back there in that backfield.
See, I was see you had to break them. So I was trying to give you props about LaVisca, but now I'm a poo-poo on him because he's going to get hurt.
Oh, jeez.
No, he should be fine. I'm kidding.
Hey, Chenault might take a lot of those some of those running back snaps.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So he might take some running back snaps, and he can take some stuff out of the backfield. And is Dede still on the team? Because they said he was a cut candidate as well.
So far,
so I'm not
as of right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So who? Yeah. So who else? Who other running receivers do they have on the depth chart?
Is Chris Conley still there? Yeah,
Conley is still there. So yeah, he's a nice deep target as well. So Gardner Minshew, I believe it was number 1 or number 2 in the league last year in deep target percentages. So yeah, give me all the Minshew because what else are they going to do? They're going to be behind the game all day, 16 weeks, all year long.
All right,
So-
let's look. So
What
real
would you
quick,
trade for Minshew?
What would I?
Like a third or
What would I
second?
trade for? Mitch? You'll probably give up. Hey, get something cheap. You can if you want to
Yeah,
keep.
man.
If you believe in the 2021 draft class, and you know he's probably not going to be there next year. The people they're only going to give up like a second or a third. I give up a second or a third for Minshew. Why
Yeah,
not?
I mean, I can see
He's
him
gonna
having
try to
that
ball out and prove himself.
trash year.
Yeah. Hey, fantasy points are fantasy points. I don't care how you get them. If you're
Yeah.
throwing touchdowns, I don't care if you're down by 1,000 points. If you're giving me points, you're giving me points.
we don't
point blank
recommend being
period.
down by 1,000 points, though. But just
We don't recommend it, but shoot, I'll take it.
looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars
From
depth chart.
Colin Johnson, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
Colin.
right, Shane.
It's not Colleen Shane. It's Colin, and I was going to say that. Chris Conley, Laviska Chenault, Josh Hammond, Michael Walker, DJ Chark, Colin Johnson, and then their slot wide receivers list out as D.D. Westbrook, Keelan Cole, Terry Godwin, and Marvell Ross. So,
Oh wow, great names. Yo, Tommy, I know you're a Facebook user. Yo, change that. Freaking goofball.
Hakeem Butler coming to a team near you soon.
yes, Akeem Butler getting released today. Kind of a shocker, but figure he's
Yeah.
on his rookie
Yeah,
And
deal.
give him a
Josh Rosen.
chance.
And Chosen Rosen, he got cut too. What a week it's been, right?
Alexa,
gonna
would
get
you want
crazy
him to
tomorrow.
go to the Steelers?
Yeah, I actually hit up Mike right before this show about if I should roster Rosen in a 30 player dynasty league. And I did just put a waiver claim in for him. But yes, to answer your question, would I rather have Rosen or the hot trash that we had last year for the last, 14 games of the Steelers season in 2019? Absolutely. I mean, come on.
Hey, they were still competitive though. Yeah, so
That's
The
why,
defense.
that's why the Minka Fitzpatrick trade was a good trade, but that's a whole nother topic.
yeah, that defense was pretty on
Hey,
fleek.
Rosen's better for my Deontay Johnson shares than Mason Rudolph.
This is true. And
Absolutely.
how many Mason
And
or
Duck.
Deontay Johnson shares do you have? You have all of them, right?
I think just about every league I'm in, I have a Deontay Johnson share.
I love it. Hey,
Yeah,
here's
every
another.
week. I have him everywhere too. It's funny.
Here's another trade offer here that Mitch Cranbrink sent through as well. Okay, it doesn't say what side is what or what side he is. He crossed everything out, but one side would be receiving Hakeem Butler, a 2021 fourth and a 2021 second, and the other side is Rojo, Ronald Jones the second.
Oh man, this is just
I actually commented on this trade already on Twitter. I mean, I'm really excited about the 2021 class. I'm probably just going to take that second and see if I can, get a Journey Brown or get another running back with upside next year rather than Stonehands Jones.
Stonehands Jones. I have one for you guys. Tell me what you think about this. This is one that was offered to me. I have Alexander Madison. I was offered to give away Alexander Madison and a second, and I would receive in return Jordan Howard and a fourth.
Smash decline.
no,
Yes.
no.
Smash the ball.
Okay. I mean, I already declined it. I just wanted to see what you guys thought.
Alexander
about that.
Madison is a potential league winner.
I agree. I understand
Yeah.
why he'd want Alexander Madison. He has Dalvin Cook on his team. So it's a great handcuff to have. And if Cook leaves, Madison, assumes the starting role there. But, I think he has value, and I'm not going to just give him away. You want him in a second? It should be Jordan Howard in the fourth or Jordan Howard in a third or second for Alexander Madison, in my opinion.
All right.
So,
He got sweetened the pot a little bit for that.
yeah, pot needs to be a lot. So I just want to say once again that Derek Karn says Sleepy Gnarls Porkley is the best pork man. I'm going to go ahead and agree. Looking quite cuddly right now. Hey, this next question, Chev, this is going to you. The intern wants to know thoughts on Trubisky being named the starter. I kind of thought this was going to happen. I mean, he's been in the offense for much longer than Foles. So, but what do you think?
Yeah, you should have just been in the before show, Sean. Sorry about that, bud. We already talked about this, but I guess I'll sneak peek it with you. So, I mean, Trubisky, I think, was going to be the guy all along, even though we're paying old little Dig Nick, 22 milli. I mean, I'm sad, man. Like having a quarterback that just gets roasted all the time just gives you bad vibes, man. You get bad juju. Even though Nate's probably going to go draft him in our league, but man, it just sucks not knowing how good your quarterback's going to play every week. I mean, guys like Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson, guys you can count on. You always want those guys on your team, and maybe someday we'll draft a guy like that.
Well, you could have had him. So
I wasn't going to bring that up. I was just going to say we could draft a guy like that someday. Come on.
Well, you
friend,
named those two people in particular. So
Our friend Trav from over at True North checking in, looking at the background. If you're listening right now and not watching, please check out our YouTube channel. Awesome background. Can't stay long, but love you all, beauties. We love you too, Trav. Go check out True North Fantasy Football. Fantastic guys. They keep Trav so busy over there, he cannot fix his freaking avatar picture. And I think it's all spite right now. So Porkman looks like he's sleeping, doesn't he?
I'm not sleep. I told you. I warned you from the beginning. My eyes are closed, but they're fully open.
The topic of the show should be sleepers to trade for, and Porkman's just the cover of it.
There we go. All right, so let's get to mine.
Nice to
My guy to trade for right now is people are seemingly down on him for whatever reason. That's Zach Ertz. Everyone seems to think that they're just going to cut him or just let him walk or trade him. I don't think so. There was talks that he's going to get extended. They have stalled right now, but I think that's going to resume. He could still be a top 5 tight end very easily, especially with Jalen Reagor getting hurt. So very good possibility Zach Ertz has another top 5 tight end season.
Mm-hmm.
Porkman, I know you agree. So
yeah, I do agree with that. I mean, as Carson's boy, he's going to get the ball, and apparently, obviously, he said he's standing out in training camp. Which, I mean, do you expect any less? No, but the contract that they did offer him was a tad bit disrespectful. So
that's how Howie works, though. I mean, he always
he's gonna cave in. I know he is, but I know he's looking at Goddard. It's like, I got Goddard literally right here. I really don't have to pay you, but I think they're trying to. They tried to get away from the banner era where once you turn 30, it's goodbye. But I think it kind of bit them in the butt. So they trying to. I know they got to find that little middle ground for that.
By the way, Porkman, real quick, Chef, sorry to cut you off. Looking at the Eagles' depth chart as per our lads, which is usually pretty accurate, their starting left tackle as of right now is Prince Tega Wanogo.
It's Jason Peters.
Really?
It is not Jason Peters. Jason Peters says he will not
He
play
refused.
left tackle unless they pay him like left tackle, and I 100% agree. So
Right, but they're going to pay him.
When did
they should, yeah.
No,
when did they
will.
put that up there? Because they put Matt Pryor left tackle, and he got utterly annihilated by Josh Sweat.
I know, by Josh,
it was like 7 sacks.
Sweat. Yeah. So I don't know. It sucks. So
what I was gonna say is, so I mean, Wentz's guy is Ertz, but Jalen Hurts' guy, who's that? Because he'll be playing the season.
That's a good question. So the funny thing is, the reason that Jalen Reagor got hurt, right?
Because
Jalen Hurts threw an interception, and Jalen Reagor was chasing the guy down and got hurt tackling the guy that intercepted Jalen Hurts' pass.
Oh, he threw one interceptions. Wham.
Well, I'm just saying that's why Jalen Reagor got hurt.
Here's the thing: why are wide receivers tackling? Why are they tackling after interception? Like, what are they doing?
Practice.
Exactly,
Practice, bro. You gotta practice tackling.
Exactly. He don't need to practice tackling. He needs to practice catching the ball.
Why
That's
not?
it.
So once the game come around, I don't want to tackle. I'm scared. No, get in there.
Porkman,
This is
do you
the
pay him
problem
to
we had
tackle or
with
catch the ball?
Aguilar. Aguilar was a little wuss, and I didn't want to catch the ball. He probably won't tackle either after interception. No, get in there.
What?
This is man's league.
So you just lost your guy for like 4 weeks, and now you're encouraging it. to go tackle
Hey,
more.
I lost him. We lost him 4 weeks, but you know what? He was trying to do his job, and I
Okay,
can
so-
appreciate that. This
So-
is what we do in Philly. We play hard. We bring our lunch pail to work.
I don't think they actually pack their lunch. I think they have it at the NovaCare
They
complex. I'm
don't.
not
They
gonna
don't.
lie.
I know. But that's a nice,
Yeah.
nice little lunch buffet over there.
I'm sure it's actually really good. I'd love to go to the NovaCare complex sometime, but I don't think you're allowed to. So, and yes,
No, you
Trav, we're talking about practice. Got to talk about that.
Not the
practice.
game.
That's right. Still one of the greatest ones of all time. Also, Facebook user commenting to decline my trade from before. Thank you, Facebook user. I will definitely do that. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Alexa, do you have any other trades that anyone else hit you up with, or?
No, but I feel like people tuning in to this podcast for the first time are going to think this is an Eagles podcast because my next player was, in fact, Deshaun Jackson, and we obviously didn't communicate that very well, so I'm sorry for piggybacking your Ertz sleeper there, but
You can have whoever you want.
sounds
Doesn't
good.
matter
Well,
the team.
hey, look at week 1 last year, and who did they play? The Washington football team. Who do they have in week 1 this year? Kendall Fuller and the Washington football team again. It is a horrific secondary and cornerback duo there in Washington. Yeah, they have a good pass rush, but week 1 last year, Deshaun Jackson roasted Washington. He's going in the double-digit rounds of redraft leagues. You can acquire him so cheap in a dynasty league. And Chev just mentioned it. Rager, we're not sure how long he's going to be missing game action here. So they're looking at Ertz. They're looking at Goddard. They're looking at Deshaun Jackson. And the list ends right there. I don't care about the 2 or 3 targets that Greg Ward's going to get. Deshaun Jackson is a fantastic...
Don't you talk bad about Greg Ward on this podcast. That's my boy.
I just think Deshaun Jackson's a fantastic trade target for any contending team in a dynasty league or a redraft league. And if you haven't had your redraft draft yet, I would highly suggest taking this guy in the double-digit rounds because you have a fantastic week 1 matchup, and I think he's going to be a weekly flex for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
You guys...
I agree. I don't
agree with
have
100%.
any Deshaun Jackson shares, I think, really in any of my leagues except Best Ball. I have a lot of Deshaun Jackson shares in my Best Ball leagues. I know we don't talk Best Ball on here a lot, but, I mean, he's like perfect for Best Ball because he's going to have games where he gets 3 points. He's going to have games where he gets 30 points. I don't want to have to deal with trying to figure out when those games are going to happen. Except for week 1 against the Washington football team. We know that's going to happen. But after that, I don't know. So.
Fire him up.
Mhm.
All right. So, yeah, it's not the Eagles rewind. We talk about 2 players, Derek. But thank you for tuning in, like always.
I knew that would happen.
All right, Porkman, let's go back to you now. So before you pass out on us.
I'm up. That looks
That was a
like
delayed reaction.
Yeah, really, because he's up. He's waking up. Go ahead, Porkman.
that was not delayed. I'm gonna go with a rookie running back here. It's a guy we
Antonio
all
Gibson?
love. It is not Antonio Gibson. It is AJ Dillon. Just
Thank
kidding.
you,
It's not AJ Dillon. Not at all.
Oh, that's even worse.
It is. I'm gonna go with Zach Moss here. There's been a lot of training camp talk about how Devin Singletary is going to be has been fumbling the ball.
I did hear that. Yeah,
that is it is not good at all. And Zach Moss, we talking about, he's been good out of the backfield, catching the ball. He's running the ball very well. So I feel like Devin Singletary has a very, very short leash now, and they wouldn't have drafted Zach Moss in the 3rd round if they didn't plan on using him like Frank Gore. So if he's going to get the Frank Gore carries like he got last year, and Devin Singletary starts effing up, Zach Moss might get all the carries, well, the majority of the carries, and Devin Singletary is going to be spelling him. I don't know the price that you might have to pay for Zach Moss because I'm not really sure if somebody is willing to give up a first for him, but that might be what it takes to get him because he's so young. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get Zach Moss, but Michelle and Kate got all the Zach Moss shares everywhere, so I can't get them anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
he's-
would it take to get it from them? Like, you'd have to drop like so many picks.
Like 2 firsts, Saquon
great.
Barkley.
No, apparently you can get Saquon from Michelle pretty cheap. Based on what I saw.
Yeah.
I'd have to bring that trade up. I'd have to find that. So
I think it's going to take
I'll
a
find
first
it.
round pick to get Zach Moss in Dynasty right now because
You
he
think
was
so?
being
Mhm.
selected at the end of the first, beginning of the second in a lot of drafts.
Second.
So no one's going to trade him for a second next year if they spent a high second on him or a low first. So the only way you're going to get him in a trade with just draft picks is going to be a first rounder.
Well, I seen him in super flexes. He was going almost at the end of the second in some leagues, which was kind of goofy to me.
yeah, in the Superflex league, that's a little weird.
Because when we did our film study stuff, I loved myself some Zach Moss, but I didn't like the landing spot at first. But now it seems like it's the perfect spot for him.
Yep. I think he will have the majority of carries by the end of the year.
I believe
And
so
running
as well.
back and running backs in a system with a running quarterback. I mean, that's their best friend right there. Look at Mark
Also-
Ingram.
I agree.
Yeah.
with you.
And I know that everyone says, hey, but Bills running backs, they have to deal with Josh Allen vulturing touchdowns. I've seen this stat so many times come across Twitter that most of Josh Allen's touchdowns in the red zone came
third down.
after the team was stuck. You know, they couldn't get the
Mhm.
ball over the end zone, but they were within the 5. So if Zach Moss can actually get in the end zone when they're down there, then Josh Allen won't even have the opportunities to vulture touchdowns. So, I mean, it's all the opportunities there for Zach Moss.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to hand the ball off to a Rock because he's not going to go anywhere. And the Rock was Frank Gore. Like he was just old. I commend you for being in the league for so long and you having your body hold up. But I mean, my man, we gave you the chance at the 1 yard line. We give it to young man Josh Allen. He gets in. What's his name? Moss is going to get in this year for sure, which is going to handcuff some of Josh Allen's touchdowns by the end of the year.
Yeah, it's a shame that that Devin Singletary has been fumbling so much because 2020 has been the year of things happening that are completely out of your control. But there is one thing you can control, and that's shaving your bush. I promise you I did not make this. I'm just reading it. Our sponsors at Manscaped are here to remind you to do so. The Manscaped Lawnmower 3.0 is a premium electric trimmer that's designed to give you a confidence boost through body image. Their ceramic blade and skin-safe technology are designed to reduce nicks or tugs on your fellas down low. The Lawnmower 3.0 is also waterproof and comes with an LED light so you can manscape in the shower, in the dark, or in a dark shower, whatever floats your boat. It's like the dark web kind of, except for bathing. They also just released their Shears 2.0 nail kit, which is the perfect add-on to their Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer. The Shears 2.0 is a luxury 4-piece nail kit featuring tempered stainless steel tools, and it includes tip tweezers, rounded point scissors, fingernail clippers, and a medium grit nail file. Can't talk. Sorry, Kyle at Manscaped. The Shears 2.0 nail kit allows you to pluck your eyebrows and trim your nails in style. On their website, you'll also find the Crop Preserver, trademark, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. This will help you tame that summer swamp ass with natural hydrators and antioxidants. And you will also find the Crop Reviver, a testy toner that's like having cologne that is designed for your balls. We won't judge you if we catch you sniffing yourself. If you can, please send pictures to @Rewind. You'd love to see them all. So go to manscaped.com and check out some of these life-changing products. In fact, listeners of this show will get 20% off and free shipping. It is down below with the code PORK20 at manscaped.com.
It's down below.
20% off
Is that no
with
pun
free shipping
intended?
at manscaped.com. I'm using the code PORK20. It's time to grab 2020 by the horns by shaving that front trunk. So thank you, everybody.
It never ends.
I want to know who makes these read-throughs. Pork man, remember how I told you that the new ones are so ridiculous?
They get more
I'm
ridiculous
crying,
every
yo.
time, man.
So listen, if you're bending over and twisting yourself at an angle that you can sniff yourself, again, look at on the little scrolling ticker on the bottom of the screen. The last name is @RewindIntern. Make sure you send all pictures to his DMs. Sean would love to see it.
What the hell
Sean,
is
I promise
Mike,
you.
what is a front trunk, yo? What is that?
Just think of an elephant trunk, man, I guess.
Pork 20.
Use the
Go
promo
save.
code. Use the promo code
Oh,
PORK20. So thank you very much.
Oh my
all right.
god!
So Porkman's talking about Devin Singletary not being able to hold on to his balls, but you could hold on to yours over at manscaped.com. Thank you again for everyone who's been supportive and buying premium packages. Hopefully the 20% off is great. Hopefully your ladies or fellows are digging it. So let's move on with the show. I think I've laughed enough for one night. Nate, let's go back to you. Who you got, my man?
Trade target. Okay.
Are you a little off kilter now because of that read-through?
That was a good transition. That was professional, Mike.
He only that's it's the only way he does it.
Go to Chev.
You gotta go to me. All right, I'll go. So I did get a trade question for myself. I'm in a league with Garrett Price, and he has offered me T. Higgins and a second for Robert Woods. For me, I'm like in the middle. I could have a great year, but it's going to take a couple players having some bigger years that were rookies last year. What do you guys think? Do you trade Robert Woods or you keep Robert Woods right there?
That's a toughie because that's actually a good deal from Garrett.
I know.
Yeah,
it was the first. I think I smashed. I think I'll take Higgins and the first. I think I would.
Yeah, by the way, Garrett's not as easy to trade with as he makes it seem like he is. Just in case you're wondering. So
yeah, he wants some dumb assets.
Yeah, he does. So I mean, I don't know. I like T. Higgins, but man, Woods.
Yeah,
I think that just depends on roster construction.
He's not that old either.
Chev.
So
no, yeah.
Hey, Chev, are you a top 3 team?
I'm probably like the 4th team. Like I'm 4 or 5, so I'm like right on the edge of being that team. Like if David Montgomery can have a good season, which is saying a lot, then I'd be all right. So I'm kind of, but I already have Tyler Boyd too, so that's the tricky part about it.
Yeah, but if you're taking the Higgins side, you're rebuilding anyway, so it doesn't matter who you got.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick Woods though. I'm feeling Woods still.
You should try to get more out of Garrett. Garrett loves Bobby Trees, so you should try to push it.
Hey, get a third too.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
We'll send it in. See if he budges right here.
And just so you know, Chev, whenever you deal with Garrett, like let's say he wants a 2nd round pick from you, tell him that you do your trading NFL style. So if you want a 2nd this year, that's a 1st next year from him. Okay, because that's how he does it. So.
That's what he told me today, too. He said, I drafted T. Higgins in the 1st, and it was like the last pick in the 1st round. I was like, all right, thanks, man. Good talk, bud.
It's not my fault that you overdrafted T. Higgins. Tell him that.
All right, I got a trade I recently did.
All right, go for it.
Let me know what you guys think. All right, so I got a 2nd round pick for Jay Sternberger and a 4th round pick.
Oh, come on. This trade was with me. I like Jay Sternberger. He's the Sternberger.
I'll take Nate's side.
Fine. When he smashes, eventually, you're gonna be sorry. Yes,
this is not tight end premium. 1 quarterback.
Yeah, I'll take the 2nd round pick there.
Yeah.
Just go pick up Robert Tonyan for free.
Yep. Might go pick him up real quick.
Guys, are we done? Are we done?
He's going to use all his fab on Robert Tonyan.
Damn, I wish I had another read-through to do.
Looking for new co-host.
Yeah, I'm just going to start removing people from the stream. But Nate, do you have a league winner that you want to trade for?
I like Jamison Crowder a lot. And he has a lot of opportunity this year because Perriman's been out for a while. Mims is coming back. Mike, I know you think he's a bum, but says he's ready to play week 1. We'll see. Either way, he's a rookie. It's a weird offseason. He hasn't had all the time in training camp. And Chris Herndon's back. He's an exciting option. But Jamison Crowder has the chemistry with Sam Darnold. He's a slot receiver, so it's easy for Darnold to get the quick passes out to him if the offensive line isn't looking good. So, I mean, Crowder could see 120-something targets this year, and those are going to be high-quality targets in the middle of the field, short, but in the middle of the field in PPR leagues. Crowder has a lot of upside, and he actually does pretty well with getting touchdowns, too, for being a slot receiver. So he's going to be the number 1 target there. They traded Jamal Adams, so their defense isn't going to be nearly as good as it was. He was a huge piece of that defense. So they're going to be playing from behind a lot more this year than they were last year. I mean, he's cheap, and he is going to be one of the best flexes you can have on your starting lineup, probably.
Also, it looks like, just looking up, Denzel Mims just had his first practice of the year Wednesday.
Today, Wednesday? Yeah, I know it was one day this week
Yeah.
because they were talking about that.
So, I mean, if you got him in Dynasty, don't be sticking him in your starting lineup right away. He's going to definitely need time to acclimate. So, hey, Derek has a question. McLaurin in a first or Godwin in a fourth?
In Dynasty tiered PPR.
Oh, Dynasty tiered PPR. Okay, I'm sorry, my bad.
Not that it really matters too much in this situation, but
That doesn't, yeah.
I think I'm gonna.
I will take the McLaurin side for me personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
I would
As
also
well.
take McLaurin in the first.
McLaurin for me.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, there
Well,
you go.
hope we help, Derek.
Yeah, hopefully you got McLaurin, Scary Terry. That's the way I go about it.
Hopefully you're getting McLaurin.
Yeah, that'd be
Right.
fantastic.
If this trade has been offered to you, respond back with an extra third. And if someone really wants Godwin, they might give you a third or a fourth as well.
Mhm.
Nate, do you know, is Quincy Enunwa still in New York, or did they release him?
No, I
don't
think
know,
he's
man.
gone.
Because I mean,
Doesn't
I know.
matter.
I think he got. I believe he got cut. If I'm not
Well, just with
mistaken.
his Jameson Crowder take, I know he's going to have all these targets. I was just curious if Quincy Enunwa was still there. So I don't even know really who else is there. That New York receiving core is not looking good right now. Well, the Giants receiving core is looking pretty good.
Quincy
Hey,
Enunwa.
Hakeem
my
Butler
friend-
might be in with the Jets. Who knows?
Could
he
be.
could be anywhere.
What was that, Chev?
Don't they have
Enunwa is a
Chris
free
Hogan?
agent.
Okay, so he's not with the Jets anymore. What was that, Pork?
Don't the Jets have Chris Hogan or some crap?
I think they just signed Chris Hogan, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mitch
Hurt and
says
got injury
Enunwa
settlement.
got hurt and he got an injury settlement. Okay, so perfect. Also, Mitch, hopefully you were watching earlier. We did get to your trades before. So, all right, Chev, did we get to your last guy yet?
I just asked a question, but one guy that I think you can get pretty late as well, and he's a veteran quarterback that was hurt last year, and he has some pretty good wide receivers. One that Nate really loves is Big Ben. I think you can get Big Ben pretty late, and I mean, I think it could pay off. They could be throwing the ball to Deontay Johnson, Washington. Ebron could be in there for a tight end sleeper kind of, I think. And I think Big Ben could have some pretty nice upside this upcoming season.
I would agree
Juju
with that.
too.
Yeah,
As
everyone's
the,
really sleeping on Juju as well.
Yeah, Juju, yeah.
Go ahead, Alexa.
No, I was just going to say, as the resident Steeler truther, I had him on my list as well. I mean, he was QB3 in 2018. All reports from The Athletic are that Big Ben is 100% healthy. He's made every single throw that they've asked him to make so far in camp. He's ready to go as far as anyone's concerned. And look, week one, fire him up against the New York Giants. Their defense is complete trash. I mean, he is the perfect streaming quarterback. You can get him in like the 15th, 16th, 17th round. Why are we drafting Mahomes and Lamar in the first or second when you can get Big Ben in the 16th round? I mean, it's a no-brainer to me. Just fire him up and just use him as a streamer all year.
Yeah, I agree. And you don't need. Obviously, it helps to win games when you have Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. You don't have to take these two guys if you have the number one pick in a Superflex league. I took Saquon Barkley, and I have Daniel Jones and Josh Allen. Two good guys. I have some other guys too. Some guys that I can stream in and out. But my running backs and wide receivers look really, really good. So
Yeah. On Roethlisberger, I like him. I'm not scared about his injury at all. I'm sure he's back at 100%. I'm not
he
worried
had
about
plenty
it.
of time.
He is older, so for Dynasty, you might be getting a 1-year rental. For Deontay Johnson's sake, I hope it's more than 1 year, but he is getting up there in age. The thing I'm worried most about is the volume. In 2018, he threw 600-something passes. That's a lot of passes. And coming off an injury, they might not want to let him throw 600 passes, might be closer to 500. And not only are you not having Antonio Brown in your team to make it easier to throw passes, but also you have a really good defense now. So they're not going to be playing from behind. They're not going to be chasing points. their defense is going to be able to stop people, and they don't need to put up 40 points a game, so they don't need to throw the ball the entire second half. So I'm just worried about the volume there. But I think either way, Roethlisberger should be a very solid quarterback with some big weeks.
Real
I
quick,
definitely
Nate,
agree with
just
that.
to piggyback off you, 2018, that was when the year after Shazier went down, and the year before they drafted Devin Bush, the defense was pretty much an absolute mess still at that point. TJ Watt was a rookie. So, I mean, look, their defense is good. He's my QB 13 on the season, but as a streaming quarterback, you know, you're looking for good matchups, and I mean, I don't really see a better matchup than the Giants week 1.
For sure.
I don't hate that at all. Sorry, I'm going to get to my last one here. People seem to be forgetting all the talk about EJ Green, T. Higgins. People seem to be forgetting about Tyler Boyd. It's just been smashing it last couple of years. Consistent. I think he's going to look good with Burrow. For once, I'm actually excited about the Bengals this year. I don't know how often we actually say that. I mean, I'm sure Nate and Alexi, you guys are excited when the Steelers or Ravens would play against the Bengals. But it's going to be pretty interesting to watch it. So I still think they finish 4th in the division. Be perfectly
Most
honest
likely.
with you.
Honestly, I'm not excited to play anybody in the AFC North ever.
No, it's going to be a tough division. Hey, you know what? You never know. They could win more games than the Browns. It's really not that hard, to be perfectly honest with you. So, yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about Tyler Boyd. Just feel like no one's really talking about him. And they're kind of like, oh, yeah, whatever, Tyler Boyd. Yeah, you could have him for this. What do you think you get Tyler Boyd for right now? Maybe a wide receiver in a second, depending. Could you send T.Y. Hilton in a late second for Tyler Boyd?
Yeah, I think so.
Think that would get it done?
You could.
Yeah. I think T.Y. Hilton could be another guy that you could probably grab pretty cheaply, too. Everyone's talking about Pittman, and Nate also put out a pretty good tweet about Paris Campbell. Yeah. Talking about Jonathan
Pretty
Taylor.
good, Mike. It was great.
There's an article.
Nate put
Great article.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Pretty good.
I try to see it.
Nate here.
I try to see
Lex is repping
everything that I can. I don't see everything all the time.
Company woman.
I try my best. So, does anybody have anything to add to any of these guys? Any other guys that they just want to hit on real quick?
I got one.
Go ahead.
So this is more in a dynasty format, and then also in a redraft, criminally underappreciated year after year. How about a guy, and you guys can guess who I'm talking about, he's never missed a game in his NFL career.
Phillip Rivers.
And
Mr.
in the
Jarvis Landry.
in the last 5 seasons, his worst finish is wide receiver 18.
All right, so then it was not Phillip Rivers.
Porkman was right.
Okay.
So no, it was Jarvis Landry in weeks 8 to 17 last year. The last 10 weeks of the season, 9 out of the 10 weeks he was scoring double-digit points. So, I mean, I don't really know who's more consistent than that. Most dynasty teams don't have, 3, 4, 5 wide receiver 1s on the roster. You're going to have a couple of wide receiver 2s in order to contend. So, I mean, not just as a bye week filler. I mean, you can play this guy every week and know that you're getting 11, 12, 13 points. I mean, I love Landry.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. Perfect. Love me some Jarvis. Anyone else have anything to add?
I know it's an ongoing joke, but I'm gonna just keep saying it. Van Jefferson. That's it.
It's not a joke. That's your guy.
It's not a joke. No, it was just on a limb. But seeing him actually in practice gives me like a whole hard-on full chub, as Chev would say. I just freaking love it. I'm telling you right now, I freaking love it all day.
All right, well, let me put
He loves
this at the bottom
Chubb.
of the screen.
And he beat out your boy, Mike, Mr. Josh Reynolds, apparently. So,
Don't you have a
we'll see
bet
week
with
1.
somebody for Josh Reynolds? I'm pretty sure
Bob Harris?
Bob Harris. I
Yeah,
think
Sean.
so.
Sean, what's the bet? Do your thing that you do, Sean.
Well, it's not a shot because he said he doesn't drink. It's something else. I forget what it was.
Well, Bob said that if he lost, he would do a shot of water or something. So he'll still do it, which is fine. He's still honoring the bet. He just doesn't drink, and we respect that.
No, I'm fine with that.
I mean, at the end of the night, I might just take his shot for him. I mean, you never know.
I mean,
Jeff's gonna be way gone.
You're gonna be drunk anyway.
that's going to be a fun episode. I'm not going to lie. In case anybody missed it, we have bets. So whoever loses the bets that we have with each other, got to do some shots. And so next week's podcast is going to be our last one before the full slate of NFL games. Obviously, that'll be after the Chiefs Texans game. Nate made a good point. That should be our last day to get bets in. So that'll be it. We'll see.
Hey, Alexa, would you like to get
on one of these bets?
Alexa is on one of the bets, and if Sean
What
would
bet
ever
am I
get back,
in?
you said you wanted to get on. I don't know, Sean. Where are you?
Oh, I
Wasn't
think
it
it was
Drew Lock?
regarding PJ Walker.
No, I don't know.
I do remember.
Let me get my email up.
Alexa, who are some of your my guys for this year?
So I promise that this is not an Eagles podcast, guys. I promise for everybody tuning in. But, I mean, Dallas Goedert. Say it with me. Dallas Goedert. You can get this guy in redraft in like the 15th round.
Yes.
You think he outscores Ertz?
Look, I mean, they're the closest. They're the closest thing that we have to Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. I mean, they're both gonna finish inside the top 6. It's happening right now.
Yes.
Where are the targets going? Where are they going?
Yeah, you got Jalen Reagor tackling people in practice, getting hurt. I mean, what's going to happen in the game? Jeez Louise, you know?
Alexa, are you willing to bet that Goddard finishes with more points than Zach Ertz? Because Chev said that.
Before we do, can we just touch on real quick what Alexa's other bet is with us? I did find it. So it is myself, Porkman, and Trav, and Alexa are against Nate and Will from True North. Looks like Nate and Will are taking that Robbie Anderson will outscore Curtis Samuel. Myself, Porkman, Trav, Alexa are on the Curtis Samuel's side, and that bet payout is to be determined at this point in time. So what we could do is we have some to be determined bets. We're going to go over them next week on the show. But that's the one that Sean. No, Sean, you put yourself down on the sheet. You're the one that edits that. Just wanted to let you know about what that bet was first. So Alexa, Nate, go ahead. See if she wants to get in on that as well.
Yeah, I'm on the Ertz side. Chev's on the Goddard side.
It's a tough road, Alexa. I'm gonna let you know.
What's the bet here? I mean, are we betting like a promo code to Manscaped or what? What's
It's a shot. It's a shot of anything that you have.
All right, I'm in, man. I wrote an article for Dynasty Nerds about Dallas Goedert. I'm all in. Look, I mean, I'm not predicting injury, but I think Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz combined are going to see 250 targets together. I mean, this Eagles offense is going to run through the tight end.
As long as Dallas Goedert does not go into a bar and get knocked out again, we should be all right, I think.
I think he's fine, man.
He's fine.
No, yeah, I know. This kid.
All right. I like it.
All right, Sean, do that thing. I think he's
typing so fast. Right
yeah, it's actually being changed right now. I'm watching him change it. Okay, great. So Alexa, thank you. That's awesome. And we're gonna wrap up these bets next week then, just because we have some to be determined. So we have to get a hold of Garrett because he's in on one of these as well. Yeah, I'll see what he wants to do. Maybe see if he wants to come on. He's probably busy. Whatever.
Sounds so sad, yo.
He loves it. So
he misses him.
I do miss Garrett, but I'm glad he's doing well, abandoning us. So before we get out of here, Chev, I believe, or Nate, did you want to touch on one thing first? You said before the show.
Dynasty Nerds.
No,
just kidding.
Nope.
All right. We had nothing to talk about. We're good. I possibly misspoke.
Just kidding. Dynasty Nerds. Go check it out, guys. Yeah.
I have 3 articles on there in the last week and a half, so go check it out.
Yes. Check all of them out. All right, Chev, what do you got for us tonight?
Too much almond milk, bud. No, I feel like Van Jefferson with these bets, man. I feel like the underdog in all of them now, so I'm kind of liking it, though. But I'm going to go with James 3:13. It says, "Who is wise and understanding among you? Let them show it by their good life, by deeds done, and the humility that comes from wisdom." And man, talk is cheap. Your actions are really what I look for. I mean, if you're saying something and not acting the way that you're talking, like, I'm not going to believe you. And kind of watching Hard Knocks last night with the Chargers in episode 4. I mean, I get chills talking about it right now. They're about to go into a scrimmage, and Tyrod Taylor or whoever called a meeting, and they go into the meeting. They said, "Hey, whoever needs to bring something up, bring something up. If you don't think we should practice, we don't want you guys to get hurt and do stuff like that." And they stood up for what they believed in. They talked the talk and they walked the walk. So, I mean, I commend them so much for standing up for what they believe in. And the game was on like NFL Network. So I'm sure that was a really huge decision for them to make. And they made it gracefully, and they even talked after it. So talk the talk, but you got to walk the walk too, boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, Chef. Thank you very much. Like always. Yeah, Sean says the bet should be Garrett has to come on the show. Well, if he's paying up, he has to come on. That's how that works. So, Chef, thank you again. And until next week, where can we find you on Twitter?
You can find me at Chef BoyRD, boy with an I.
All right. Nate, how about yourself?
You can find me at Nate NFL.
All right. And Porkman, Antonio Gibson, running back 1.
Jeez, God, no. You can find me at FF Porkman.
All right. And Alexa, thank you again for stopping by. And where can we find you on Twitter?
At Alexa Trade Talk on Twitter and dynastynerds.com.
All right. So go check out everything she's doing. If you're so inclined, you can follow me on Twitter. I would prefer if you follow this show at Dynasty Rewind. Sorry, my Twitter handle is at @TheEmpower85, but please follow the show instead at Dynasty Rewind. Go check out our YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. So until next week, everybody, be kind. Please rewind. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening.
Order your hoodies.
Yes. Order your hoodies, $35. Pre-orders by October 1st. Chef, thank you for reminding me.
Talk is cheap. Actions.
That's right. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next week.